Hey everybody. Why do I have to sing every time I'm first on every time I first get on here I'm like have to sing. I hope everybody's doing well. Fred is with us on the other side here. If you'd like to say hello to the people.
Hey, everybody.
Hopefully you guys can hear him okay, and like I said, you have to keep in mind that Fred is half deaf. So I have to sometimes repeat things for him, and because he can't understand certain people's accents and stuff, and he can read lips better. So, and hopefully, of course, Bandit's going to start barking now when he's been quiet all day long, right?
Not really.
Oh, how's it going? Hey, Ava, country girl, whistle, Mama B. Hopefully, hopefully Cher can get on here. Let me see. No, I don't see her. She's trying to join. I guess she's never used Restream. Hold on. I think that I'm pretty sure. I really don't want to have to restart the stream, but hey, Jessica, Mimi. They're trying to figure this out. I did hear that about Christine passing away. Shit. Oh, get me my camera. Whoa. Whoa, guys. Okay, help me with the bowl thing. The bowl. I have you guys on a I have you guys lifted up on a freak. Oh, no, you didn't put it back on the bowl thing. No, it's underneath the. No, it's still not straight. It has to be straight. So I have you guys up on a little thing here to lift up the camera a little bit. So what I was going to say. Oh, thank you, Sandy. I think I'm gaining some of it back though, because of all that fry bread. Seriously, but that's okay. It says waiting on host. Huh. That's odd. Huh. Yeah, let me see. Did I send her the wrong link last time or something? Oh, I sent wrong link.
Lay down. Sit down. Sit down.
Sorry, guys. Let me make sure that link works. If I have to. Why does this say X waiting for permissions? If I have to, I guess I could switch over to StreamYard. I don't want to take up all our time, like, trying to figure this out. Oh, wait, here, let me see. I'm checking my link. It's just moving slow. But what I was talking about, before that happened, I did hear that Christine 555 passed away, which is really, really horrible, very sad. She was seriously one of the good ones, you know. She really was. She always tried to be a kind person and you know, also I noticed like she was just really she really tried to be a better person every day. And so let me see here. Okay, yeah, that link's working. Okay, the last one I sent you, Cher, it should be good. This one right here, I just checked with my phone, tried joining with my phone, and I don't have it hooked to Restream, so that one right there should definitely work. But don't rush, it's okay. We can just talk about this real quick. When they get on here, we can get their opinions and everything. I didn't send everybody the live or my live, so hopefully people know. Usually I send it to people, but I think most people knew. Okay, so here. You guys listen to this one? I wanted to play this one. Oh, please don't tell me it's gonna I had it perfectly put where I wanted it. So hold on, let's see. Maybe after this ad. Hey Giselle, half full. Yeah, her family needs prayers, and if you guys pray, thoughts. She has sons. I remember she was very proud of her children in the military, and you know, she really did try to be a good person. She really did. See, yeah, this is not. We're going to just refresh. So TBI releases new age progression photo of Summer Wells, who's been missing since 2021, it says. I don't know. Should we look at the see the is this does that mean something? Somebody else told me that they have to update every 2 years. So I was like, oh, is it just a standard procedure thing? Or was there something, is this mean like they think that maybe she's actually still alive and maybe that's why they spent the time doing this? But listen to what this one says. Okay? As soon as once it here we go.
Newsroom, agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Also just into our newsroom, agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation released a new age progression picture of a missing Hawkins County girl. Summer Wells was last seen in June of 2021 when she was 5 years old. This is what they believe she could look like now at the age of 9. Forensic artists with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children created that new image. Wells was last seen walking away from her home on Bell Hill Road in Hawkins County. And there is still
on where? Walking away from her home on Bell Hill Road. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, there they are. Here we go. Oh, here's the star guest, guys. Hey guys, sorry about that.
Work? So we can't get the camera to work, but whatever. We made it here anyway.
You should, I think you can share stuff. I'm sorry, I hate Restream too. I like StreamYard so much better, but I think they raised it like $20 more. Like we were just
Again?
$25. Huh?
Did they raise it again after the first time raising it?
It was 25 a month, but isn't it like 45 or something now?
Girl, they had Mark and I bumped up to $100 a month.
Yep, sounds about right.
That's crazy. And
And you
yeah,
guys,
it's
why don't you guys use the same StreamYard?
I don't know what you mean.
Can't you guys use the same StreamYard like account for
Oh,
both
we
your
do.
channels?
Yeah, we do. It was charging us $100 for
For one
1 month.
account?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So we were
Wow.
paying, I think, $45 a month, and we had no idea because StreamYard didn't warn any of the creators, right? And they just bumped it up. They took the free level away, and then they bumped everything up. I think they bumped everything up like $40, $45, because ours was damn near $100 instead of 45.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
bumped it up a lot. Ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, well, definitely couldn't really pay it anyways, like at the 25 mark, and I love StreamYard and stuff, and it's much more easier to navigate, but Restream works just as well once you get it going. So you might need this little lesson anyways. So it's probably a
yeah,
good thing
right?
you're oriented with it. But Fred is here. He's right here on the other side here.
Hey guys.
Hi, Fred. Hold on. I'm finding my drink, but Mark's here too.
Okay, yeah.
Fred,
So
Fred, Ziggy.
Did you hear this? This video? I was just playing this, and it was the first one I had heard about. Actually, only one I've watched about this new age progression photo or whatever. But did you hear like what they say? Listen to what they say at the end here.
Created that new image. Wells was last seen walking away from her home on Bell Hill Road in Hawkins County. And there is still an active Amber Alert for her. Artists with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children created that new image. Wells was last seen walking away from her home on Bell Hill Road in Hawkins County.
Bell Hill
There
Road?
is still an active Amber Alert.
Bell Hill Road, and she's seen walking away. I don't know. That's
Has to be on purpose. This has to be on purpose. Do you remember how many times the news would even say her name wrong? Didn't they call her like Veronica or something once?
they also got her age wrong, but I guess that was because it was the father's fault because he couldn't remember Dawn couldn't remember her age, I guess, and said she was 4. So they were saying 4, and then 5, and then the whole walking. Mom went on a walk. Yeah, there's but I think really where the miscommunication is probably coming from is from the parents. I'm sure they've told different stories to different outlets, and that's probably why. It's probably come because the parents can't keep their stories straight. Is
Yeah.
my guess. But
Doesn't
so
exactly inspire confidence in law enforcement, though, does it?
no, it doesn't. It does not, especially and that brings me to when me and that call with Pruitt, and I understand why I understand why he hung up on me and stuff. But at the time it really bothered me. And because what happened is I emailed TBI, not Hawkins County, because all I did was I was like, I wonder, because I knew about all the miscommunication I was hearing that Hawkins. Fred had just turned in information from the Knoxville stuff about that DJ Smith or whatever who was claiming to know where Summer was and know who Playboy was. And they had told him that certain things were going straight to the trash, really.
Yeah, they said that a lot of stuff that was hitting Pruitt's desk was going straight in the trash. So they was over.
I believe that actually, yeah, from my own conversations. Yep.
Instead of even going to Pruitt, period.
So what and I had also heard that Pruitt was pretty dead set that he thought it was an animal that took her off or something. And so I I was like, well, I wonder if TBI even knows about Fred's work with, Hawkins County. Like, did they share it with him? Because I also knew that from Fred that they had mentioned from the beginning that they didn't want TBI involved.
From day one.
And Fred overheard that himself. So I was like, I just wonder if they had even know about it. So I emailed TBI and I was just like, basically, just so you know, my husband recorded on 15th, 16th, and 17th, just gave the whole rundown of everything, the stuff he helped with, and the recordings, seeing, certain people on the road and stuff like that.
So
And
that's
just
because TBI and Hawkins, they
this was
weren't,
to TBI.
sorry, they weren't reporting to each other.
Yeah. So basically that's what it seems like. Mark brought up the miscommunication, and that's what it seemed like to me. Is like they weren't communicating. And so I was like, I wonder if they're, even TBI is aware of Fred's work, because I started getting worried about the stuff that
Right.
Fred had overheard and just different things over the years. So I just emailed everything over to TBI, and then that's when that Pruitt called me back like a couple days later from Hawkins. It's like, oh, we just got forwarded your email. And I'm like, oh my God, is this some kind? I was kind of scared. I felt like I was in trouble or something. I was like, is he mad at me for this? But it was all stuff they should have already knew was the problem.
Because they already got the footage and stuff.
Yeah. So it didn't.
Hawkins County had it. So that was my concern too. Did they turn the footage and stuff over to the TBI? That was one of my concerns too, by them not wanting TBI involved from day one.
Yeah. And I got a call back. Like I've sent in a few emails before, but that one's like the only one I got a call back from, and it was actually from Hawkins. So I was surprised to get a call from Pruitt, and I understand his position because I've heard that yes, they're under a gag order, and you said you believe that too, what you've heard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I
he's
have a
gonna,
question.
yeah.
What, Fred, do you think about the animal theory?
I don't believe the animal theory, period.
Me either. Okay.
Yeah. You think that's possible? I mean, you've been around the bears and stuff.
Yeah, hell no. There would be, there'd be some kind of like, I'm sorry, but trigger warning, blood or bodily fluids or something. Even with bears, like my kids all bear hunt. Bears aren't gonna take the whole child either. They're gonna, trigger warning, they're gonna take the guts and probably leave everything else behind. Right?
Yeah, they don't eat
Fred?
clothes.
Right.
Yeah, they don't eat clothes.
Yeah, right.
They're not going to eat the clothes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what happened with Pruitt? Did they admit that they weren't passing it along to TBI?
No, but him calling, he asked about that, if we knew who was in that dark blue truck that was following Andy out of the holler that day. And it's like, well, Fred would have told him from day. He would have told him if he knew who it was. So it's just odd that Pruitt was asking that. Now, Pruitt wasn't one of the officers that he worked with.
I've never worked with Pruitt on Summers' case, period.
But see, that just shows the miscommunication. They didn't know this stuff. It was like it was almost like he didn't know. He's asking questions that they should have already known from the beginning of the case about, because if they already asked Fred who that dark blue truck was and all that stuff. They showed a lot of people back there, pictures and still shots. And so it was just odd, they were just, I don't know if it was like, I don't know if I didn't know how to take that call. Like, was it like, was he really wanting, is that the last piece of the puzzle? Is that why was it some kind of like heads up, like, hey, we really need this and that's it? Because I mentioned other things, but he was really focused on that dark blue truck. But the thing is, like, if Fred knew who was driving that would have been, he would have told him at first, So
it wasn't John dark blue that one truck he drove with Brian Eaton?
Does Don have a dark blue truck that he drove with Brian Eaton or something?
Yeah.
No,
it was like a Bronco or like a Explorer or something.
Oh my God, sorry.
That thing's loud, isn't
I
it?
know. I tried to
I'll
turn it
find
up.
it.
That's how
There's video
that's how
of him driving like hell. Yeah, there's a delay on this shit, but there's video of Don driving a dark blue truck that's his that he at one point said wasn't running, but he's driving it like hell down to the interview with Brian Eaton in the middle of the field.
Oh,
Yeah, I want
well,
to say
this.
it's like a Tahoe or a Yukon or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not a truck.
Oh,
It's like an SUV.
I mean, Candace had that issue that Tahoe. that
yeah, but the dark blue
green.
truck you saw though was not
No,
that. It was.
no.
Can you
It
describe
was a
it?
small like truck. It was
Um,
dark blue, almost could be mistaken as black, depending
Mm.
on the lighting. But it was dark tinted windows. It was a single cab. It appeared to be a GMC Canyon, about a 2006 model.
Or 2000, yeah, early 2006, 8 or whatever.
2006 to 7 or something. The
So
age
you
changed.
got a pretty good look then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was there. It's really close to the. I mean, like just like when Andy passed, and we don't mean to bring this up, or we don't want drama or anything, but he was like face to face with him. He was inches away from him. So
who, Fred and Andy?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, like they were. I mean, he was really close to him. He he could see him.
So
So
okay, I have a question. When you guys called, so Andy made that call, right, to Pruitt
yeah.
and put it on his channel. And so then Pruitt told Andy, I wouldn't put too much faith in what Fred Hill has to say.
Mhm.
Was that to try and cover that Fred's helping, or we're actually saying Pruitt didn't even know Fred was helping TBI at the time of that, right?
Yeah, we don't. I don't know what
I
to
mean, I
think.
don't know how much that Pruitt knew I was helping them or whatever, but I know I never spoke to Pruitt personally on anything in Summer's case.
That's
Yeah, until
he is
like personally.
Only time I talked to Pruitt was during that lie detector test on Cotton. Was the only time I've ever talked to Pruitt. Period.
Or that phone call that I had with him where Fred's in the background for a part of it.
I'm talking about when
face to face.
Yeah, face to face.
Yeah. So I
did
don't
Pruitt
know.
say the same thing to you guys though about Andy? Because didn't he say he was laughing about Andy, right? So is he like playing Andy and Fred against each other?
No, he didn't say that. He just said no. He didn't say about Andy. He just said, well, we've interviewed him many times about that, about him being on the road, and he's and he basically just was like, I was like, well, just so you know, he put your guys' call out because I wanted to reference that and be like, well, you told him that, you kind of told him differently, you know what I mean? And he, he hung up on me. So I don't know. I think because of the gag order or something, he's afraid to say too much.
The gag order, and because he probably can't say too much to you now, right? Because you're married to him, right? So that's probably normal. I feel like that's a normal thing, so don't let that worry you. I just found the comments, Ziggy. What the hell?
Somebody else saw Andy. Yep.
Did
They called me too. It wasn't me calling him.
Yeah.
So he called me completely unsolicited. I didn't ask him to call or anything. It was just I always send in emails. I never call because I don't want to bug them, And I've only sent like maybe 6 or 7 emails total this whole over years, and 2 of them were around that time. And it was just about Fred's work they did, and that's the ones I got a call. The only one I got a call back on.
I'll say you sent a lot less emails than I have.
Jody
I
Sue's
was reporting Dawn every day.
What are you saying? Andy passed away? No, not
no. So, Miss
Gosh, that would be
Christine
crazy
did,
though.
right? Would that be
Yeah,
shocking?
yeah. So we were talking about Christine Boston Dave. She was a creator in the movie, or in the I was sitting there trying to read something in the Community. So yeah, she passed away unfortunately.
A creator
Um,
in the movie. You know, people are going to clip that and run with it.
he didn't always say the model type. Like the very first time, he just, I mean, the very first. I don't know if you always like said the model type. I think that came out
No,
like the
when I
second. You
took
guys don't
a,
understand. Like me and Fred didn't start talking regularly till summer of 2023. Like he's not gonna just like spill everything, and it's not gonna come out like that. Details, you know, sometimes like memory doesn't work like that.
when I first said something about the truck, I just said it was a dark colored truck because I didn't know how much information I could give out at the time.
Yeah.
I was worried about giving out
And
too
he
much.
lived
I
there
afraid it
too.
would
You guys
hurt
got to
the
remember,
case.
you got to think of where he was at during the conversations. Was he in jail? Was he living on Ben Hill Road? Was he here? You have to think of that because like you have to be a little bit more careful about what you say in certain instances, especially in jail at that time, because they were just giving him like, I don't know, it, and that whole, it was odd. It was odd.
It was like if I spoke anything on Summer's case, they would make it harder on me.
Or if anybody mentioned Fred's name, like, and I think too that had a lot to do with the harassment with
It
people
was.
calling there and
A lot of it.
stuff. But anyways, I went through and got a whole bunch of pictures just that I thought maybe we haven't seen, that people would find interesting, we haven't seen for a while.
Ooh.
Why this gal?
Hi,
I don't like this one. Sorry.
Angie.
Yeah, I don't like seeing this one because I don't understand. I just will put this one in here because why is there so many?
What happened?
Why is there so many?
We just found the chat, you guys. But hi, we see you saying hello.
Oh
Hello,
shit!
everyone.
Why isn't it sharing? Okay, wait. Can you guys? Okay, there you go.
There you go. Or wait, it popped up and then it went
Oh my
down.
god, dude! This is. Didn't you have the similar thing happen?
Yeah,
Example?
Whenever I pull up something, it keeps stopping.
Yeah, that's what it's doing to me right now. And I literally put these like got them. I literally saved these individually so that it would or I
The
did this a
freaking
different way and made it
Sandman.
my own folder for it. Okay.
I like your sweater.
Oh, thank you. Can you see it now? Wait, let's see if
Yeah, yep.
okay,
I see it now. I see the boys.
I hate
Oh, and little tiny
that. Why
Summer.
is her hand? Why is there so? There's so many pictures like this, and I'm
Who
not even gonna put them up, guys.
is that? Grandis?
Yes, but look at her. It's
That
hand placement is always like that in those pictures. I have like, I mean, it's really disturbing, and I won't put you guys through that because it makes me sick. And I don't know, but that's what's disturbing to me. It's like there's so many pictures of Summer.
wait,
And
wait. I'm sorry, but what do you? I don't know what you mean.
you don't. Do you see Summer and like her hand placement?
Oh, sorry. Yes. I for some reason thought you were talking about what Grandis was doing.
I know, and most normal people wouldn't even notice, wouldn't think anything of it. If there might be, but why do they why do they have so many pictures like this of her posted? Like,
No, you're right.
post them. Like, I mean, there's so many like kinds of shots like that. It's like, dude, are you freaking? I mean,
You don't take pictures like that.
Yeah, I
Not as a mother, you don't. You say, get your hand away from there. Do you need to go potty? And no, you don't snap pictures of that. But again, we know what that's a warning sign of, right?
yeah, well, so I've heard, yeah. And luckily for myself, that's not a trauma I've ever experienced like as a child. But I know, from my experience with this case and from hearing from many of you guys, it's, yeah. And there's a lot of pictures, a lot of warning signs. And then you see these for sale barrels and
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
just odd stuff that makes you think maybe, you know, certain things were hiding in plain sight. Kind of like you, I think you said also, I heard you say something similar, that they're hiding them. Or you said they're telling on themselves.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
You're telling.
And hiding shit in plain sight. Yep.
Look at this.
Thank you, hair curler.
Okay, we will get that one off here. Yeah. This one I thought was interesting, even though we've all seen it. But I noticed, look at her hair, like they spiked it like a boy, and she's dressed as a boy. And I was just thinking that looks really intentional to definitely make her look like a boy. And I didn't really think anything of it with her haircut. But why you see it, her hair looks like it's gelled, you know, like kind of like a boy haircut at the front. I mean, I know it's not like the biggest.
Again, all things that lead me to know this girl is being told, because that's exactly what they want you to look like, a boy or a girl for transportation. Like,
it's disturbing. Yeah, and then that video you were playing earlier about that situation with that U-Haul and stuff. Oh my gosh, you know, and they had short hair too, a lot of the people, and
all of the women did, but
some things you wouldn't think of as being a big deal or anything. You wouldn't really notice, but I guess these type of people, I guess it's stuff that we need to look out for. Let's see what else we got here. You guys have any questions for Fred? Go ahead. He's right here. I just brought up some pictures as well so that we could maybe. This one, man, that one like bothers me because that is
that's one I use all the time, and the reason I use it is because it's clear to me she's drugged up.
Yeah. I mean, that is not just a tired child. That is, I know what it's like to be on opiates or pills.
It's either opiates or they're giving her like Benadryl, a lot of Benadryl.
Yeah, that too. I guess that could, but her pupils do look small, but I guess that she is outside. So, did you hear the interview with Ernie and Andrew? I'm telling you, that shit was weird. When was that? Which one do you mean, Val? Yeah, and speaking about that swing, that her favorite place, which is another weird thing that comes up a lot with trafficking, for some reason, like that video you had about the swing, but you know, and transactions happening near the swing.
The swings and the coffins, remember? And that picture, you have that picture of Summer in the coffin?
Yes, that was crazy. Do you think that was anything, Fred, like that coffin picture, or do you think they were just trying to I didn't think anything of it, but at first, but then it's like, gosh, I don't think.
Fred, when you hear people talking about theories of Summer being a sacrifice, does that, like, do you think that's a far stretch, or do you actually think that could be possible?
So glad you brought that up, because I was just telling Fred last night when we go to bed, please remind me to mention this. Was her name intentional? Like Summer Moon, Utah Will, Summer Moon, like the summer solstice. I mean, she goes missing around the summer solstice. Is there something, you know, was that on purpose? Like, that's just creepy. You know?
Well, and did she really, Summer Moon, Utah Wells, when Summer's never been to Utah and Candace hated Utah with a passion?
Yeah, I wonder. I haven't figured out the Utah part really yet. Besides,
I feel like it was just thrown in there after she disappeared. In my opinion, I feel like that's what happened. But
so
Fred, is that?
Were you?
Am I wrong?
Oh, Fred's gonna go smoke. Well, you're okay. Come right back. Don't go too far. A ritual sacrifice. Well, it's crazy.
He's running away.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he could smoke in here, it'd be different. But gosh, I can't handle that. Tons of FMs around too. Sounds like someone else named her. Definitely sounds ritualistic. FMs.
It kind of does. And you and I were talking yesterday about when Dawn was talking privately to me about this big conspiracy theory that he thought that I could help break through or something. Whatever he said.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
find the text messages.
Yeah, that you of all people would be the one to solve the case, or what, you were the one YouTuber that would actually be able to solve the case, or that you had the correct mind for it. And it made me think, well, what did Cher always like? What was she really focused on? And to me, you always focused on the church, from what I remember. But I didn't watch you that much. But from what I remember, it was always like the church, and you also,
Yeah, at first.
so and then he would get so sensitive when you would talk about the church, or Tim.
When Tim would call him and tell him to shut me up or stop talking to me or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I have proof of Don begging me and Mark to make nice with Tim so that he didn't have to stop talking to me. Does that not sound fucked up?
That's weird.
Yeah, tell Fred that when he gets back.
Don, if you're listening, which you probably are, like, how does it feel to have another man tell you what to do? That's weird.
Yeah, he's like your wife, Don. That's like your wife. You got another grown man. You're 60 years old, Don. You're 60, and you got another 60-something-year-old man telling you what to do.
Yeah, I thought you were the dominant one, Don. Remember, he tried to say something about bending Benny over or something. I'm like, oh my freaking God.
Oh, wow.
88 is a sacrifice number, is it? I was really
looking
into that.
Sacrificial lamb. 88, the sacrificial lamb. And she wore that jersey at the prayer circle. 88.
Oh.
And it said, yeah. And well, the lamb is also a player, I believe, for that jersey she was wearing. But you see the hidden, but in plain sight.
Yes.
88 lamb.
They do. It's crazy. Just like Tim and Don Mullins, or Don Mullins. Well, might as well. They're
holy shit. That's hilarious.
I'm so ADHD, dude. Anyways,
that has to be a title for a show. Don Mullins.
Don and Tim Mullins. Tim and Don Mullins. Anyways, they put out pictures themselves of, talking about their history and knowing each other from years ago and stuff. Like literally basically telling on themselves, like, on purpose. They just think it's funny. They think.
Well, Tim knew Don in California.
Yep.
That's for sure, because when you guys see the messages of him going off in the whole California thing, and at the time there was 2 different California things I was bringing up, and one I would never have shared publicly because it had to do with an attorney, and you guys know how I am with that. So I would have kept that private, right? Because it's something about an attorney, and Don felt like he was actually getting help and he was speaking to someone who was an attorney. I wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that wasn't going to be what I was talking about, but the other California thing I was talking about was I kept bringing up that Don kept letting people know that he was definitely around kidnapped kids in California. I was bringing up Tim Mullen being friends with Don in California because he's tied to California around the same time.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden you got Tim Mullen going after Don to get on me about shutting the fuck up about California and deleting my post about California. This is all documented because there's conversations and text messages between me, Don, and me going to Tim Mullen for Don, because Poor Don.
When was he definitely was in California for one. I mean, his
Mhm.
mother, somebody asked California, when was Don in California? Well, I mean, I know his mother was like ran a motel or something for a while, Don's own mother. So what kind of motel was she running? Or so, wasn't she like didn't she have some kind of motel or something? That's what
Yeah,
from what I
in
remember.
Arkansas, right?
I thought it was California that she ran some kind of motel or something. Is anybody else remembering this? I don't want to put out like false
Arkansas.
stuff.
No, you're right, but I always was told it was Arkansas.
Yeah, well, they
But
have ties to, Arkansas, Texas, California,
yeah,
Florida,
Florida.
Kentucky, even because Kelly's family's in Kentucky. So I think he might have been in Kentucky for a while.
Because of Florida, that's where he was run with Dave Britt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was hanging out with David Britt down in Florida?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Because he talked
What?
about running dope from Florida back to North Carolina and South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Chris Marcos left Tennessee to California. What was that, Cher?
Stop. I forget.
No,
Give
it's
me a
okay.
minute.
It is lagged a little bit, so I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk over you guys. Illinois, yes. Wisconsin. Well, Illinois. That's more Candace's side. I'm thinking more Don. Don. Well, I mean, I'm sure because of Candace, he's been to Illinois and stuff. But yeah, they have a lot of Utah, obviously. So they've been around, and he's talked a lot, and not just in one area. He's talked about many experiences of seeing kids being traded for drugs, and the way he's talked about kids and their bodies and stuff is just really inappropriate and uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And Candace seems way too comfortable with it and it's
Oh,
now you look at her.
they groomed together.
Yep.
Sorry. Remember I lived on video calls with these people.
See, that's why this is really important that we talk, and I'm so glad and so thankful that you like are humble,
Oh, Fred, make
humble
it
enough
happen.
to freaking talk or be adult, so a lot of people's egos are in the way. But who's Kelly? Says Bama. Kelly is Don Wells' stepdad. I think his first name something. His last, they called him Kelly. That was his last name. But he had a bunch of kids. And for somebody that said, "Oh, Dawn didn't have," oh, Lisa Kay has something to say. Well, she has a whole fucking lot to say, and it's always bullshit. But anyway, sorry, this is not supposed to be a rumor, or this isn't supposed to be freaking drama. Sorry. But anyways, she was saying that Don Wills doesn't have a brother. That's not true. He definitely has had stepbrothers at the very least. Several. Because I know Kelly had several kids. Cher, did your dad ever tell you what Don and Candace wanted to talk to him about?
No.
No. Okay.
They never came out and actually said, but they just said that they needed her dad.
That's weird because Don would go to Fred a lot for like legal advice or whatever, especially after Summer went missing, right? Or even before,
more before Summer went missing and stuff. It was mostly about Jose and stuff and all that.
Oh, yeah. That was just like, and that was
about the only, the last time
that was
he was asking for any kind of opinion.
So that would have just been within like 8 months of Summer going missing. So because that was around October of
So
2020.
she is mostly concerned about that gun and stuff that they was trying to charge her.
Right. And you had that experience with the Roy Fanning thing. So, of course, he would go to you. And have you heard of Don go by other name besides Don or Donald?
Mm-mm. I just know him as Don.
Donnie.
No.
I haven't.
I mean, most of the locals just calls him Don.
Yeah. I was like, you know what's weird about Andy's son? I was looking up their that protective order that his son took out on him in August of 2021. And it was so weird because like his name, it's like always changing, you know, from Andy Jr. then to freaking Drew to Damien, but then the protective order says Damon. Is it Damon or Damien? Or is it, I mean, what is it? There's a new photo of it. Yeah, we showed that earlier. Yeah, he used to go by, that's right, John Wesley. Yes, he did have that. That's right. He had that alias. That is true. He had some kind of alias in Texas. Cher, do you have any more questions for Fred or anything? Feel free. Did you see this? Were they girlfriend and boyfriend?
Wait, who is that? Wait, hold on. Can I enlarge my screen? Who is that? I can't see it.
That's Josie
Oh.
and I guess that's, I think, one of Allie's daughters.
Huh.
And guess what? The date on this was July of 2020. So, and when did they leave to Utah? So, and you remember Jose was October of 2020. This is July 25th of 2020. So, August, September, literally less than 3 months, Jose's situations happened and they're in Utah. Josie and Dawn. I don't know when he went there exactly, but obviously they hadn't left yet. But it's weird because
Rhiannon, how do you say it? Rhiannon Benson said, look at how Candace acts like a 15-year-old boy.
Oh, yes. Very much so. Dang, I don't see Rhiannon's comment. I wonder why. But yeah, she does. There's a lady that come in. Chad said she went to school with Don. Remember, she said Don didn't know which last name to put on his papers. I do remember that. And we'll have to get that out of the old Ziggy archives. I mean, I have it on my channel somewhere. And it was a lady that came on my panel and was saying that she went to school with Don. And that's when Kelly was the stepdad. And she talked about, I don't know, she seemed believable, but she claimed that Don didn't know which name to put, like whether he put Wells or I guess Kelly, or whatever, or Gold. I don't know. I forget what she exactly said, but yeah, I do remember that. There's been so many interesting things that's been said, and who knows what's exactly real and what's not. Let's see, what other pictures do we have here, guys? I just got a few. Oh, I put this here. Oh, go ahead.
Do you remember before Summer disappeared and Jody Sue was doing Facebook lives all the time? She was bitching about the Wells. Like, I don't know how do I ask this? Like, was Fred aware of like these issues going on at all?
No.
Yeah, did you know about Jody Sue like doing all those Facebook posts and stuff before Summer, or Facebook lives Did you ever?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About it?
or Candace. Did you know about Candace like trying to sell some property up from under Don or something?
I had heard some.
Well, he was locked up.
Well, I had heard something. I'm trying to think who. Billy Benton had said something about that's why the incident when Jose and stuff was there, because when he was somewhere else, that Candace was trying to sell the house and stuff, and then had done sold the boys' motorcycles and everything, and then he had actually had contacted Don, from what I understood, through what way he was talking, and let Don know what was going on. That's why Don had hurried coming back and stuff when Jose was there.
Mm. So it was Bill
Because-
Benton that let him know.
Yeah,
Because
from what Bill had told me.
that Candace was selling everything, but I thought that was supposed to be the plan. And it seemed like that was supposed to be the plan anyways, for her to sell the house and go to Utah. I mean, I thought that's what they were supposed to do, weren't they? He said, that's what, I mean, I thought that's,
Who, Jody, Stu, and Andy?
no, what was that?
Who was going to Utah? Sorry.
I thought that
Don and
Don
Candace.
and Candace. I
Oh.
thought that was the whole plan for them to move there anyways, and her to sell the house and stuff. So
Don said that, but then he also said Candace hated Utah.
yeah,
So Candace was definitely not moving to Utah.
yeah. So that's weird because but yet Bill Benton told Fred that Don, he was the one that called Don and let him know that Candace was selling everything, and that's supposedly why Don came back. But the way Don told it, from what I remember, it was more because Jose was there, and he was jealous or something.
Right, yep. So Jose coming up, did Fred ever mention, Fred, did you like have any interactions with these people? Like Jose and Andrew Hilt, or
No, I didn't even know that they had actually even been there until after the fact.
Oh shit.
Until
Do
I didn't know
do either of
even
you?
being there until Don had come and was talking about they was trying to charge him for that gun and stuff, where he had shot at Jose and Candace going up the road.
What do you two think of the news that Jose has passed away?
Oh God.
That's just the question Biggie wanted.
I don't know.
We talked about it
I
privately.
don't know nothing about him, so
Yeah, Fred doesn't really have much of an opinion on it. I don't think we've talked too much about that since Fred's been here, or me or Fred haven't talked much about that. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I haven't seen any absolute proof of that. I have gone by people's word, and that whole situation was weird. I don't know what to think. To me, it's, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think that, I never saw, everything around it seemed shady. I don't even think we saw a obituary, did we?
There was obituaries, but
There was a bunch of fake
fake
ones.
ones.
Yeah, it was like,
That didn't even make sense.
it was some kind of some kind of funeral home that didn't seem to exist or something.
Yeah.
So it just,
And the thing that really bugged me about it is he seemed to be the only one that actually,
brought Summer to life.
yeah, he's the only one who actually said anything about Summer other than she liked to twirl. Like literally the only other person ever to say anything about Summer. And then all of a sudden, poof, he's gone.
Yeah, right.
my intuition made me feel like, and I'm just being honest, and it's just my opinion. Like at the time, my intuition was telling me like he couldn't handle the guilt, and did it, unalived himself, is what I felt like, because it sounded like to me he was using, during that time he was over Candace's and them's, and maybe some things, like he's not proud of some things that he let slide or whatever. Or he participated in. I don't know. That's what my intuition at first felt like, but then it's like, you know, they say, oh, it was like, didn't they say somebody actually, I don't even really know the truth of how he passed, really.
I don't either, but that does kind of track, because if he was like overcome with guilt,
mhm.
it would make sense that he would say so many nice things about Summer.
Yeah. And somebody who was getting, and then that whole throwing the phone in the ocean, you know, too, that's odd. Nobody does that. Just like how Don said to Fred he needed to get rid of his phone or something, and Fred's like, why? You know, like, I don't talk to you, or he doesn't talk to Don and them on the phone.
No, he just thought that which they most likely was recording some of it, because they cloned the phones when they took and dipped them all
Yeah.
in the area.
Where you going? He's going somewhere. So I brought this up just because I wanted to show, like, one of his aliases of Tim Mullins said Goad. Of all people, was going to say Goad. I mean, isn't that Brad Johnson too? I didn't see that. Brad Johnson. Now his mom's Joy, so that makes sense. And the eBay thing, I think he just had an eBay store, but a Goad, and isn't Goad? That's Karen Goad, Don's mother's last name.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
So that's just
See, I was just thinking, do you remember when we first started Summer's case, and the first thing we all did was look up how many registered SOs were near her, right? Within at least I think we went 5 to 7 miles radius around.
Yep.
And it was shocking.
Yep.
Was Fred aware of any of that?
Were you aware?
Because Fred doesn't have kids, right?
No, I wasn't aware of it, really.
He's eating. Hold on. Like,
oh, sorry.
No, but
oh, let the man eat.
Yeah. Were you aware of the sex offenders around the area before Summer went missing? That is a good question.
Like how many?
Well, I know of a couple that was in the area and stuff, but I didn't know that there was that many of them in the area.
Like, who did you know that was or who did you know of that was a sex offender? I guess what Frank Light was a known one.
Yeah, Frank Light. I'm trying to think of,
because you didn't know who Tony Hammonds was. I don't think.
I didn't know Tim Hammonds.
But
Mary Sexton's old man, her husband.
And wasn't she related to the Goats?
No, she's related to the Sherpies. Sherpy's mom.
Sherpy's mom is what?
Her husband was an RSO as well.
So Mary Sexton's husband was an RSO?
Yeah. And then a guy named Cecil, he lived on Simpson Loop on the other end. I don't know his last name. He was an RSO.
And that was just like what you guys knew from people talking.
Yeah.
Did you ever know Don to hang around any of these people?
I've not actually seen him hang around them, no.
But know of him to hang around them? Or rumors?
Rumors about him hanging out with?
No, not really, no.
Okay, pretty sweet pea.
I guess if you're not part of that lifestyle, it's probably a good thing. You hear of like, you know, like I think of my area, you know, I looked up, of course, the, you know, the sex offenders in the area. So, and I recognized a couple of them. So, I think people talk and stuff.
I mean, from what I knew, the LE, when Summer's case first started, when she first went missing, I think they said they was 13 within a 2-mile radius.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because I was thinking 12 for the period.
That's bad.
Because I think there's 22 within 7 miles.
Dang, I thought it was like way higher because it seems like
it was 13 that they had talked to. When I know that they were talking
13 about. Too many. Anyway, whether, you know.
Did they search Fred's house like right away? Like, were they searching Dawn and Candace's, and then like neighbors at all, like surrounding? Like, how close are you, for people who haven't driven up to Ben Hill Road? How close are you actually to them, Ziggy? You'd know this too.
How close was
To the Wellses?
yeah.
Oh, I'm probably
Like,
right at half a mile from the Wellses.
Oh, is it only half a mile?
Oh.
Thinking, gosh,
Yeah.
but that's probably because we go so slow on that windy road and stuff. It seemed longer. Like,
that's actually further than I was thinking. About a half a mile.
yeah, it's far. Fred would not have been able to see or hear
No.
them from where he was at.
No,
Oh. So he wouldn't like see, because I was also wondering how close, because all the rumors with Dawn showering with the kids, Dawn showering with Summer. Like, did you ever witness that? Jody Sue says she's witnessed that. Like, did you ever witness that?
Witness what?
Did you ever witness Dawn showering with Summer? Anything?
No.
Ever hear anything like that? Or
No.
No.
Because I mean, he felt comfortable enough to do it in front of Jody Sue. Like, holy shit!
Yeah, that's weird. That
Right? Didn't she say she was there for that?
I think you're right. I think she did say something. Or wait, I think she did
Yeah.
say, and that is weird because that means he would be comfortable. That I don't know. To me,
Right.
but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe he's just like,
He said that.
some people hide in plain sight, and most normal people, I guess, wouldn't think much of it because they don't think that way, I guess. But now I would. Oh my God, I don't know. I'm trying to think how I would have what I would have thought if I seen such a thing. I thought I would definitely think it was weird because I never took a shower with my dad, and that's. Thank you so much, Bama. So I want to take this question real quick. Anna Knows says, Ziggy, I thought Fred said that Roy Cotton told him where Summer was put. If that's the case, isn't the case basically solved? Okay, well, I'm going to let Fred answer that, but in a second, after I say, just because somebody says where they put Summer doesn't mean that that's where she is, or anybody could say anything, as we've seen in this case. And that's the thing too. Law enforcement, Cotton was known to kind of be not. He was not all mentally there, so they didn't know. They wouldn't know how to take him. So why? No, you wouldn't just take his word for it. You want to say anything about that? About Cotton telling you where Summer was put?
He didn't actually say where Summer's body or nothing was. He just said that once they found her, that they would know exactly who had done whatever was done to her.
Yeah.
And then when he was found where he was found, then a lot of people speculated that he was probably trying to maybe go and see where she was, whether she was still there or not.
Yeah, and so that's why they went and looked out there is because just how the timing and stuff of how he was and stuff he was saying right before he went out there. Oh, thank you, Bama, and thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that very much.
Wait, Ziggy, since we're doing the like study sessions, it'd be good because Mark doesn't really know a lot about the Cotton Simpson situation. Could you plan a show where we can like have you and Fred? Because and Val's Fred, so like Fred can maybe he can explain it, like, or give like his rundown of it to Mark so he can follow what's going on.
Or what I could do is I could we could do that, or I could just like record him telling me and play it for everybody, you know what I mean, and do a show, and he'll be here and stuff, just so he's not nervous and just he can get his thoughts together. You do something like that, or if you wanted to, just wanted to go over. He couldn't really talk much about that when he was in jail, as far as like the specifics of like what Cotton was saying. But Yeah, I mean, are you willing to talk about what Cotton told you?
I mean, he just talked about, I don't even know what got it even started when he was there the second time, but he talked about
Which he's only been there twice ever, right?
Yeah, this was.
Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, he talked about he was on 110 on the 15th. And he said that he had slept with mother and daughter, but he did not say whether it was Grandis and Candace or Candace and Summer. Then he went on, was talking about once they did find Summer and stuff, that they'd know exactly who had done it.
Who do you think he meant? Fred?
Wait, what? We couldn't hear you.
Who do you think that he meant by mother and daughter?
I figured he was talking about
No, Fred.
Candace and Summer, the way he kind of insinuated it.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
I mean, that's all, that's just obviously, though, his.
I mean, the way when he said it, that was the first thing that hit my mind.
It's not a fact. It's just his opinion, though, so people, because I know people are going to tear that apart, but that's just Fred's perception of it. Doesn't mean that that's what he meant.
Right. No. Yeah. Well, because I was thinking that, so I just wanted to know what he thought because he was there.
Yeah. And what else? And so, and that was, let's see, when around the time when that would have been when he stopped. Oh, that would have been February had it been February. It's like the day before he passed.
Yeah. When was it he passed? The 14th or something?
Yeah, the 14th, February 14th. Yeah.
I think it was.
So 13th.
He was at my house like a day before.
And so that would be February. And then at the time, so why didn't you turn that in right away? That's the hard question.
Because I was he done talked about, tried to talk to law enforcement and stuff about it, and that they didn't seem interested in what he had to say or nothing.
Yeah.
But he was talking about he was wanting reward money and stuff. The reason he was trying to tell them where she was at or whatever.
So you didn't know.
But my feeling is reason the law enforcement wouldn't take him serious because he did draw a crazy check and stuff, and he was incompetent, and anything that he would say to them, then he couldn't testify in court or nothing because of that. Is my opinion reason they don't take him serious.
Mm.
I don't know, Anna, what you're talking about. Why is Laura? You're gonna have to ask Laura about. You're gonna have to ask Laura about that. What she's saying. You're gonna have to ask her that question. And knows you. Also, why did she say Roy and Fred talked about something but wouldn't tell her because he was protecting her? Probably because exactly what he just said, Anna. If you'd open your ears, you'd hear he was talking about claiming to, inappropriate stuff with mother and daughter and talking about Summer Wells and Fred is kind of like he doesn't, I don't know. He doesn't really, I guess Laura had said something like, oh, you had said you were protecting her by not telling her or something. Do you remember that?
I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys would have to ask Laura. He only answered his questions about his opinions and stuff, but as far as Laura, you're gonna have to ask her, guys.
See, I didn't even know that Cotton had even passed away, and Marvin Simpson and
see, that's wrong, Carolyn. Karen, I'm sorry to cut off, but you are getting that wrong. You're hearing that from PG. she said Cotton was a big time dealer, but Laura said Cotton was coming to see Fred a lot more after Summer went missing. That is what Laura. No,
That was Don.
Don Wells came down there a lot more after Summer went missing.
That's true. And Don told me that. I can prove that. Don kept saying he was running over to Fred's house.
EG's misinterpret or is putting that out wrong. It was Laura was talking about Don Wells coming by a lot more after Summer went missing. Fred's only been around Cotton
twice. Personally, twice spoke to him. Only 2 times he'd ever been to my house that I know of.
So.
And that was after Summer went missing, like 6 months or something after Summer went missing. Right up.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
So what was
back to jail?
Why did he come to your house? Was it to talk about Summer, or was there another reason?
He had come to my house the first time with Marvin Simpson because Marvin told him I had a boat and stuff and trying to buy the boat. And then the time he come, he had just got out of jail like a day before or something other. And he just showed up and was asking if I still would try to sell him that boat and stuff. And then I don't really know what started getting him talk about Summer, really.
See, was he by himself that time? The second time?
The first time Marvin was driving his vehicle and drove him to my house. And then the second time he was by himself, but Marvin was there at the house working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Marvin and Cotton Simpson, they're both they're first cousins, or they were close cousins growing up. We're not worried about that, blankety blank.
Worried about
We're not worried about this. That's what the point of this is for people to, it's a study session. It's to talk stuff over, and
I got
Cher's experience with talking to Dawn so much, and she heard things from a different perspective from the father, straight from the father. And so now it's interesting for us to talk because of Fred. His experience is different, and so now to kind of compare the two, come together. That's why we're doing this. It's for people to dissect, and that's what you're supposed to do. But obviously, some people, their intentions are, they're not the ones that dissect it or
they're not for real.
Add stuff and stuff that's not, or and change reality. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, a boat. What kind of boat was it?
It was John boat. Aluminum John boat.
Yeah. With
a 9 horsepower motor.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to talk to her, Carolyn, because that's not true. Why?
What are
it's
they
not
doing?
Dawn. See something, say something.
Okay, off track question for Fred. Is he there?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Okay. What made you fall in love with a crazy YouTuber, Ziggy?
I had no idea.
A little bit of a story time. We need a story time.
I mean,
that's kind of putting him on the spot.
I don't know. She was just there for me through a lot more than Laura would ever try to be.
Oh. We don't want to put anybody else down, but
I'm just being honest.
And
over time, just
you guys are gonna have to
spoke more and just kind of fell in love.
Sounds familiar.
I was gonna say it
Well,
sounds
then exploit.
familiar.
I know, since like I said, guys, you're gonna have to talk to Laura and why she said that, because we're not gonna change. I mean, Fred's not gonna change his reality because somebody said something different. So you're gonna have to talk to Laura. So can you guys delete those? Fred's saying that he only talked to Cotton twice when he came by about a boat, but didn't Fred say he rode around with Cotton and his brother one day when Cotton wanted to pick women up at the hospital? Not his brother. Marvin Simpson.
That was the first time he came to the house and stuff. I did ride back out with Marvin and Cotton that day.
Fred knows Marvin Simpson.
And we went to Churchill. Where else?
You guys, this isn't supposed to be drama. Remember, it's supposed to be this is supposed to
conversation.
Yeah, this is supposed to be actual, like, trying to figure out, get down to the bottom of
here.
So if you have legit questions, like, go please ask them, but don't, like, I'm gonna sense you're trying to be an asshole. Like, this is supposed to be a good thing. You know, think of Summer Wells. Seriously. Think about Summer Wells when you're writing this stuff, like, and what your intentions are behind your comments.
I'm putting
I wish Marvin.
Mark's gonna say something in the chat, so if you want to mod Mark, he can help too.
Oh, okay.
I wish Marvin would take and do interview with somebody, but he knows that they'll pick his life apart, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason.
And I mean, who's to say he wouldn't, like, if somebody went out there and talked to him, he might talk to him a little bit and stuff, but he's very, I mean, I've only met him, I think, once or twice, and he seems like a very quiet guy, kind of like Fred, like very quiet to himself person. So yeah, he'd be like he's also like Fred as far as like not liking the attention and stuff. So, but I don't know. He's a nice guy. If you saw him out and you have ask a question, he might answer, depending on how you approach him. Here's another.
Did you ever have run-ins with Robin Lane? Did I ask you that, Fred? She like lived with the Wells.
Robin Lane.
Yeah,
and her daughter was always over there
before YouTube.
You never.
No.
No. In person, besides.
No.
Yeah.
I never seen Tim or none of them either. Before.
Yeah, I think I asked you.
And I only seen them on the pictures on YouTube, but as far as personally seeing them, I've never seen them.
And yeah.
What do you think about him? Like, what do you think? Like, do you get any weirdness about him pushing himself involved in this case like he is?
Who, Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something weird about him.
Yeah. He probably says something about us, though.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched a few videos he's done and stuff, and some stuff I already know about the areas and stuff, and him being in the movie production company and all that. And then a certain video he made and walking on Greenbelt, and he gets to the end, he zooms in on his house and zooms back out, and that's actually a house that is in the historical district that he works in too, and they actually make horror movies at that house.
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And
the house that I literally said was creepy because he had black garbage bags everywhere, and then he stopped in like a stall area and was like reminiscing about an old love that died suddenly. His videos are weird.
Which video was it, Fred? That he was talking about he was walking the green belt or something.
Yeah, he was walking Ledland End along the green belt there, and
I know exactly what he's talking about. Dude,
in Kingsport, and see, there's pictures of Summer under a bridge that Robin and Candace had took and stuff on that same trail and stuff. And right below that, where that picture was took, is where they got an arc and stuff that's along the trail. And then if you follow that trail on down to the end where North Fork and South Fork of the river comes together, the house is straight across the river of the North Fork part. And see, they was supposed to have old carousel and all that too.
And he zoomed in on that house, and that's where you said they filmed horror movies there.
Yeah.
And that's the one he zoomed in on.
Yeah, he zoomed in on it and then zoomed back out, and then he turned the camera back up the river. Like,
is the house abandoned?
I don't know. No.
Is it?
I don't know what it's about to happen.
Dawn and Candace?
No, they're talking about the one where the horror movies are
Oh,
made and
Do you
stuff.
remember the name of it?
No,
Not
I
the name of the
think
house.
it's abandoned.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Is,
You remember the name of it?
Yeah, I can find it.
We've been looking into that, so.
Yeah. It's like Netherland, Kingsport.
What was the other thing we heard at the start, Ziggy? Wasn't there like rumors that I do believe Dawn was actually feeding into, but something about like people at the SDA wanting to basically make their land a commune?
Oh yeah, and there's something about that in Rogersville right now. A group trying to come in and
Off of Stanley Valley.
Yeah.
Lower end of Stanley Valley.
I'm trying to find that. Oh, the Allendale house.
No, it ain't Allendale.
Oh, no, Allendale Mansion is not that one.
No, it's the other one.
So which way? That way?
Wait a minute. Oh, I can't tell from what.
Oh. Am I going the right way? Is it by Holston Medical or Holston Valley Medical Center?
No, it's the other way.
Okay.
It's at Big Elm, and it's crazy. Straight across the Big Elm Road and Netherland End.
Netherland End.
Let me pull it up.
Okay.
The exact name of it.
It's not called Netherland End. It's on Netherland End Road. The Rotherwood Mansion.
Pull it up.
I think
sounds kind of familiar.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar. Give us a second. He'll find it. Hey, St. Elmo's.
Oh, St. Elmo's, no, we're not anywhere near the fires.
There was a house.
Did I ask Fred? Sorry, did I ask Fred? I feel like I did. But
Yeah.
when Don said he pulled up to the house and saw his neighbor outside, he just knew Summer was gone. Who did Fred think that Don was talking about? I think I asked him. I have a name in my head, but
So she said when Don pulled up and said that when he saw the neighbor outside, he just knew Summer was missing. Who do you think Don was referring to when he said he saw the neighbor outside?
Donnie Chambers.
Donnie Chambers. That's who he feels like. Why do you think it was Donnie Chambers?
Okay. Ooh,
He
good
spoke
point. Yeah.
about seeing when he seen Donnie and the boys that he knew. That's what he told me.
Oh, he told you personally? Yeah. He said the name Donnie. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if you guys heard that, but Fred was saying that Don had told you in conversation when he had seen Donnie Chambers and the boys. So he mentioned his name specifically. And the Rotherwood Mansion is the name of it. Yes, that's correct. Sorry, I was Tim was competition for Candace. I bet they do get in a lot of fight. I don't know. Did you ever witness that, Cher? Dawn and Candace getting fights about Tim a lot? They probably, I can imagine.
Yes, she's in the kitchen, but
Oh, okay,
I'll ask
sorry.
her when she gets back.
Yeah, I would just assume that there's been a lot of fights between Don and Candace about Tim.
Probably.
Probably. They fought about everything else, so I guess I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised.
You know about this girl missing, like, I know that this is not about Layla. Oh yeah, but it is about Layla's. I mean, it could be connected. So
It could be because
yeah, there's
some people that Layla's boyfriend was hanging around that's connected with the Summer Wells case.
Yeah. The one that was looking for Summer Blue Roof Dawn. Yeah, that's Johnny.
Yeah.
That's Donnie Chambers. Yes. And there was no. By the way, like some people think that Donnie Chambers had cameras at the time.
He didn't have He told the TBI and law enforcement that he didn't have cameras when Summer went missing, but he had installed some after Summer went missing.
So the very first camera on Ben Hill Road would have been Thompson back. Yeah. So there wouldn't be any cameras on the beginning of, unfortunately.
No. And see, that's just like me and you was talking the other night. I was wondering if that Richard Goley turned his in the end and Ed Redmond turned his in the end, and wondered if Tony Light turned his in the end, because I do know that they had cameras for a fact.
Yeah. Because all you know about for a fact
and
is.
And then on Simpson Lane, that Overbase had a camera, and then the Carter woman that had that place on where the double trailers was, she had a camera up too. So I just wonder if they turned their footage in.
You haven't heard of Layla Santanella? Sorry to, right? I wonder too. I mean, I hope that they did, but I would hope that law enforcement would ask them specifically. But I don't know what to think. Tim was placed into the middle of this. Are you back, Cher?
Oh, she just came in and said when Dom was in jail, Candace and Grandis were like really after Tim, like they kicked him off the property and stuff.
And didn't Grandis have like a BB gun or a gun? They said that she like chased him off.
Wow.
But yeah.
Didn't Goalie's wife leave him?
Yeah, they got a divorce.
Was that after Summer?
Mm-hmm.
Blue Jean said that she just sent you a pic to ask you if you think it was taken in Tennessee. I guess somebody messaged you and wanted you to see if there was a picture they want to ask you if it was taken in Tennessee. Did Ellie tell Fred they know she left the house twice that afternoon?
No, they didn't say that.
They didn't say anything like that?
Nope.
Hey guys, we have to get Cassidy from work, so we're gonna hop down, but we'll be in chat. But we've got to head to bed too.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I knew you were getting kind of quiet, so it's been an hour and a half. So, and I have to pee here soon, and we're gonna be doing this, guys. So we don't have to like do it overboard.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for being here. And next week it's going to be over on their channel, guys. So make sure you're subbed up.
Yeah. And then we're going to do some like fun stuff too.
Yeah, games and stuff.
You'd have like a double date games night would be fun online. Get our mind off of the darkness for a night.
Fred's like, no.
That'd be fun.
Fred's like, I don't know. It'll be okay, Fred.
You need a break, Fred. How was that fried bread, by the way, that she made? Delish.
The fried bread. Do you like it?
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. it's edible. But thank you to the person that said Cash App. I appreciate that. But anyways, thank you guys so much.
You think so? I'll let you close it out. We'll be in the chat.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for having us up again. Thank you so much, Fred. Appreciate
Thank you.
you letting us be a drill sergeant, basically.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Okay, I'll talk to you
All
tomorrow.
right. See ya.
Bye.
So what does Fred think about Killer Looks study session videos, and what does he think about the location of the footprints? Who would feel comfortable trekking through there?
Do I have to say?
Well, what do you think about Killer Looks videos though?
Oh, Killer does excellent videos.
What about the footprint? About the footprints though? About the location of the footprints? What was those correct?
Pretty much. I mean, from what I understand, a little bit different from what he said, but I mean, not much different.
And who? Oh, you have an idea who you think would be comfortable walking through that?
I'd rather not say.
Yeah, if Ahmad could put Cher's channel in the chat, that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, we know who Marvin Simpson is, guys.
Yeah.
We know who Marvin Simpson is. Yeah, that's him. But yeah, I don't think it's like really, honestly, I don't think it's necessary to put his picture out, but if people, wanted to put it in their little collage or something like Killer Looks is doing and stuff, I just don't see a need to put Marvin's picture out really. I mean, he's not really people. I mean, if you want to try to contact him, go for it. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I mean, he may text with them, but he won't.
He's so
do
quiet.
A live call with them or nothing.
Yeah.
He don't.
I would try
still
texting
don't do a
him.
live call with me. He always just texts us.
Yeah, he's a lot like Fred in his demeanor. He's very quiet. Which would break the case, Fred? Oh, him telling who he thinks who walked through there? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't break the case.
No, it ain't gonna break the case.
If it would, he would. I don't even know who he's thinking exactly.
Killer's done pretty much put it out there. Killer Looks.
Okay, so there's a clue. Fred just said Killer's pretty much put it out there who he thinks it is, or who you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's already insinuated, I guess, in Killer Looks video.
Mm-hmm.
So. Oh gosh, St. Elmo's. I wish I would have done something like that from the beginning. It sure as hell would make things easier. And that would have been amazing. I really do wish I had such a thing of some kind of outline. I wish. I know. I still should do. I would. How I just haven't had the time, because I have other things going on. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go because I have to pee really bad. But we will see everybody next week on Shares, and I'm sure she'll let you guys know the exact date or day. So all I know is it's going to be next week. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit the like button if you can. And thank you guys so much for the people who super chatted, sent the Cash App, and all the subscribers and all the questions. And everybody, thank you guys for being respectful for the most part too. I mean, there was a few things that were a little annoying, but it is what it is. It comes with the territory.